Hello, welcome to the first episode of Sembang Zoom. In today's episode, we have someone special who I really look up to, an inspiring creative with an interesting journey in life. She was once appointed as the mascot for Solo International Performing Arts Festival, or SIPA, in 2014, a blue blood descendant of Purumakung Negaran in Java, Indonesia, as well as Johor Darul Takzim in Malaysia.
In three, two, one.
Am I?
Hello, welcome to the first episode of Sembang Zoom. Today we have a special guest with us, yeah? Okay, Tunku Kurshiah Aminah and her friends, Ari and Dalbina. Little background, Tunku Kurshiah, or known to many as Tunku Atiah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. She's a dancer, she's a mother, she's also an entrepreneur, and really an individual all around. And today we want to talk to her about her journey as a dancer, and where did she start and everything. So some fun facts. You're 29 years old, is that correct? This year?
Or 1991.
One. Are you both 29 years old, Ari and Dalbina?
Yes.
Gang. So, Atiah, you read and specialized in dance from LaSalle College of Arts, correct?
Yes, correct.
What specific dance?
So when you enter LaSalle, you basically graduate with BA in contemporary dance only.
Okay.
So yeah, you will graduate with a diploma or a degree in contemporary.
Okay, interesting. So now I heard that your journey of becoming a dancer started when you were 3 years old, correct? You learned it from your uncle, JPH Erawastu Kustumo. And he's someone who's to the arts and culture, and specifically for persevering arts and culture. How did he influence your development as a creative?
Okay, so my mom was like, she persuaded me. I would use the word persuade other than, force. Okay, because it's kind of like a tradition, all the royal family has to learn dance, either dance or gamelan or wayang kulit. So it's like a must. You have to know the art. So basically, growing up, I saw that with my uncle because he is in charge of the dance troupe there. So he gets the government will pay him like money to go around the world for tours, and then he basically take the traditional dance and make it. I would say contemporary. Like remake the dance. Like for example, the dance is 2 hours. He will cut and make it 45 minutes. Those kind of things. So I guess that's my first like contemporary exposure.
Yeah, and it's really important as well, when you're doing contemporary dancing or any type of modern arts, that you refer back to the classics because that is the roots of it. You learn the basics.
Because that's a fundamental. Basically, like that's how it become what we have today, right? So we have to get the roots in order to expand.
Exactly. Okay. So now you mentioned the role of arts in the royal family, right? And historically speaking as well, rulers, they use arts and culture as a tool to build diplomacy between nations. What is the relevance of it to you and to present day?
Okay. Well, from my perspective, in the history of dance, history is used to communicate basically epic stories or history, whatever happened in that country, and basically they took that, and then when they travel around the world, or when tourists comes and see it, they will understand basically the culture of the country or the place where it's from. So now we use dance to communicate issues racial issues, especially now, racial issues, political issues, things that we cannot say with words. basically, especially as artists, we use dance as a medium for us to express ourselves.
Yes. I have a question for Ari and Dalbina. Are you both dancers?
Yes.
No.
No?
Dancers.
Yes.
In our free time.
In your free
Yeah.
time. You know what?
Yeah.
I do think that everyone is a dancer.
Yeah,
secretly,
there you
right?
go. That's a good point.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
what do you think about this idea of like, we were talking about the context of, say, you touch about politics, right? In Malaysia, for example, freedom of speech, Article 10, is supposed to grant us, this freedom of speaking our voice out. But we are not really given that. Do you think our nation is using this art as a tool enough to, allow people to give freedom of speech in both of your opinion? Do you think that is the case? Or do you think like we're lacking it?
I think it is there to some extent that we can see people coming in together regardless of their political or religion or race or whatever, to come together and show unity and to translate a sense of togetherness and to voice that out. But maybe are we really brave enough to say things that are really, really people would say scandalous or things that could really spark up a conversation within our communities or whatever. So I'm not sure I'm really seeing the controversial parts of those yet, but maybe because I'm not really in the art scene, I watch things and stuff like that, but I'm not part of it. So I'm not sure from the artist's perspective, like Atiah, like are there really productions, even in a small scale, that are controversial enough to spark up conversations and stuff like that?
Interested in that as well, actually.
Del, want to answer first, or should I react to
Yeah.
Ari?
You react to Ari first.
So, from my experience, like learning from, even in Singapore, we have this thing. It's called it's like when we create a dance. Let's say we create a piece, and then someone, my lecturer or people from Esplanade, would come for censorship. So it is really, nobody really knows this, but whenever we create something, there will be a person or a third person who will come and censor things that are not supposed to be on stage. Like, for example, like political issues, things that are sensitive, that will bring out, like what are you saying, spark up, a new, like invoke something inside communities. Those are the things that no censorship, and it's even like written in the National Arts Council. So in Malaysia, I think, we're very polite, so the artists won't like push it, but there is a sense of censorship always.
That answers it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, I mean, from a teacher's point of view, because we do teach arts in school, and I think that like people, I mean, like, okay, I'm not going to say everyone, but I think that we're only teaching them for the sake of teaching them the arts, rather than just like going like what Atiah did. Like, she learned about the culture from her uncle and everything like that, but because they do not understand this culture, so that's why when they learn the dance itself, they do not appreciate it. And when they do not appreciate it, so they do not know how to use it to actually speak up against all these cultural issues. Like, I think like in order to become a unity, like, people should use all of these arts, maybe not in a very how to say, harsh kind of way, but they can use it in a way that brings peace. Like, maybe the Indian traditional dance can macam satu Malaysia dance, that kind of thing. So it actually helps to bring a much more cultural like awareness to everyone. So I think that it should actually start from schools. Like schools should give a chance to students to express themselves, and once this is done, when they get older, it's like a generation thingy, like how Atiah did it from her uncle. So that's my stance. That I think that we're still not, the keberanian is still not there yet.
Yeah, the keberanian. So this leads perfectly to my next question. You specialized in contemporary dance, but you also had experiences in different backgrounds of traditional dances, right, in Malaysia. Katya, she's frozen again.
Yes.
Yes.
This is not a performance piece, Atiah.
Standing in silence.
Every time this happens, Marina asks me, it's like I'm gone. Why?
Okay.
Okay, contemporary dance. It's okay.
Okay.
You specialize in contemporary dance.
Yeah.
But you have various backgrounds in traditional dances in Malaysia, not just Malay dancing, Indian dance, Chinese dance. Why have you decided that it was important to learn everything rather than just stick to one thing? Yeah.
I think I realized that when I was like studying in school, like in LaSalle, whenever they asked me to okay, there's a session for you to be free. Okay, they were like switch on the music and then you just improvise whatever you're feeling or whatever. And then when I express myself, it will always come out like my Javanese, because this the strongest, it's built in, it's naturally inside.
Yeah.
So when I want to explore movement, I'm very limited. I feel like I am not going out of my comfort zone. So that's why I have to learn all these other things to break that, break my own habits. Yeah. So
Okay.
I had to unlearn my own body and learn new things. Yeah.
Unlearning and learning new things is actually a concept that is very highly regarded in the world of arts. This idea of this deconstructing what you've already known, and then inserting something else to build a new form. So Ari, you are a creative as well, you would say?
Well, more like as in my free time, yes.
In your free time, yes.
Yeah, because I am a health professional by career.
Okay.
So yeah, there's not much of creativity. Well, it does use some critical thinking, but not really creativity. So it's limited.
Do you think what you've learned from your creative surrounding helped you a lot in your career as a?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I guess being creative triggered like a different part of the brain that is not focused theoretically. So it's not it's been proven in studies and stuff like that. And then also it helps you with communication, it helps you with relationships, which is something I use every day for work, because I do deal with patients and stuff like that. So absolutely, it's something that you must have in your life. Some form of creative expression. I used to write a lot, like even journaling and stuff like that. Even you do small things like sketches or stuff like that. It does help to trigger like a healthier mind, I guess.
Yes.
Overall.
And a question for Dal.
Okay.
We had a controversial sort of topic recently, right? On what education should be in Malaysia, where some argues it should be focused on the areas of science and mathematics, and they completely take arts as a subject that if you study arts, you have no future in life, type of thing. But as we know, what is important in the development of a child, is imagination. They expand their brain, and to be able to imagine things, you have to be creative. Do you have any counter arguments in people who are trying to take away creativity from education in Malaysia?
Okay, so I was saying, as a teacher's point of view, I've seen a lot of kids in different areas of they are good in different areas of studies, and I'm also studying psychology. So from my point of view, I feel that actually there should be a balance between arts and also the science and math subjects. So that's why in the school that I'm currently working in and previous school that I've worked at, we always encourage a time for students to express their creativity through sports, through arts. We have CCAs where they actually can dance and stuff like that. We have performances, so we do not only concentrate on just books. Even my students, when you ask them, some are really, really good in studies, but when it comes to arts, they lack that skills there. And you can see the difference between students who are really good in academics and students who do not excel in academics, but they can really, really do well in arts. Of course, there are students who can do both, but I'm talking about the both part of it. So I think I would disagree with the statement that we should just only concentrate on maths and science, but I think there should be a balance between all, because each of us are different. And even from a psychologist's point of view, every students are unique. We don't say different, but we say that they are unique because everyone wants different things. Me and you, we can like the same thing, but we might not excel in it the same way. So yeah, I do not agree with those who say that maths and science should be like really the focus of the study. Yeah.
Thank you for saying that, because growing up, like, I wanted to be a creative myself, but obviously there were a lot of like skeptical views on, you're gonna waste your talent in like studying, but why can't I do both, right? So my question for Katia is, how did you first approach your parents when you were like, I want to study dance, and how did they react to it?
Okay, for me, like, it wasn't much like I had to go against my family, because my mom is the one who told me, Atiah, you have to go and pursue dance. But I was like, no, okay, I want to do business. I was like the opposite of you. So I'm the one who's like, no, mom, I want to do something else. Please don't force me. But end up like she was like, okay, fine. I will tell you to go for the audition, but if you don't, like, if you get it or you don't get it and you choose not to do it, it's okay, because you already go through the audition. Just do this one thing for me. So I did, and then I got through, and I was like, should I or should I not? Then I was like, I think this is what I am born to do. So there you go.
Do you have any regrets? Like, if you could turn back time, would you change it?
No. No. I would still go to dance.
Destiny is her destiny.
So Ari and Dalbina, what if you guys one day, right, in the future, your child comes to you and be like, Mom, I want to be an artist. What would you say to them? Because obviously they're...
Go ahead.
Because as a parent, you must be concerned about like your children's welfare as well. Could you make ends meet with just being an artist? There's no real, like, there's no like welfare of children and artists in the future. How do you combat that? How do you like encourage your children that yes, you can pursue this career, however you still have to have like a safety net on your economy, your money, and stuff like that?
Okay, I think just to quickly say, I think that as someone who has no child yet, what I've always thought is that first, as parents, we should not put what we want to do, the things that we wanted to do but we can't, the things that we wanted to achieve as a child but we couldn't, our restrictions as when we were children, onto our child. We should allow them their own space and their own opportunities to come to them. And then at the same time, it is important that we get we get to know our child, that you know that their interests, the things that excite them, the things that make them do the things that they do best in, and stuff like that. So I guess realizing the child's potential is important, to know how far can you go with their choices in life. So I guess allowing the opportunity is definitely a must, for them to be able to do what they want, what they think will be something that they want in their life.
Dal, what's your perspective on this?
Well, as for me, because I grew up in a family where they would always allow me to make mistakes and learn from it myself. So I would actually encourage them to do what they feel they would like to do. And even if they fail, I'll always be there to support them. If they need my help, I will be there. But if they feel like they can do it on their own, then why not just go ahead and live your life the way you want it to be. So even if they choose a creative direction, like, because like when me and Atiah was in high school, we did a lot of dancing, and she gave me a lot of opportunities to dance with her as well. So I really enjoyed that part of it. But because I'm not as talented as she is, so I had different plans for my future. So I work towards that plans. Yeah. So I would encourage my child to actually explore into different areas, and I'll always be behind them in whatever choices that they make. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a point.
Yes, go on, Katia.
Just to finish up, I think like as much as I would like also respect like my kids to choose whatever as a creative, and growing up and like been there, done that with all this freelancing and everything. I think the important thing is, like, as a parent, we have to always educate our kids, like like a backup. We would always have to have, like, if you want to be a creative, yes, it's a great thing, okay, but you always have to have macam insurance. All those things are important, because I have a lot of friends that are in this industry but have no backup, and I understand the struggle, and I am seeing them like struggling, which is so sad, because they're so talented but no help, the government. And art is a small sector, it's very small, so to get help, we will be the last people.
Well, that is a good point, actually. You have to have a backup plan no matter what. Actually, in whatever career, you do have to have a backup.
Yes.
So that's the end of the first session of Q&A.
Part 1. Yep.
We can cut.
We can cut.
We can cut the meeting, and then we'll resume with another call.
Okay, I'll be here.
All right. See you in a bit.
Peace out. I think Rico will cut this, right? Rico, we cannot hear. It's like like that. Yeah. Like muffled. Why?